Welcome friends to our next episode on Leadership Launch. I am very sure you would have seen our previous episode, the first episode that was launched on the 1st of January 2024, where we had a great discussion with Mr. Murali Sundaram. Murali sir, welcome again.
Thank you.
And just to give you a quick brief, Mr. Murali Sundaram is a passionate teacher, philosopher, and a Himalayan trekker and founder of TLC Masterminds. And we had a fantastic insights into the journey of Mr. Murali Sundaram as an entrepreneur and what are the various things that he loved in his entrepreneur journey and the challenges that he had faced. So if you have not watched it, do look at the link in the description below and do not miss it, my dear friends. And today we have some interesting questions to Mr. Murali. Murali sir, when people start business on their own, typically I've found people call themselves, some of them say that I'm self-employed. Some say that I am a professional. At least I can understand when they call themselves as professional because they would have done some professional certification program and qualified themselves to be. But people call themselves a business owner, businessman, and there is a lot of confusion. People have different terminologies. Okay, so I want to listen from you. Is there a particular journey that people go through as an entrepreneur when they start on their own? Or is it all the terms meaning the same? What is your opinion, your thoughts on that, Murali sir?
Many years ago, okay, I read a fantastic book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, it's one of the best books that has changed my entire perspective about business, money, life, everything. Okay, it's a fantastic book. If you guys have not read, I would recommend you guys to go and read that book. Because the book says there are only 4 ways money flows. So everyone in the world, currently what is happening, 97%, okay, they go to college, they go to school, college, and then get employed. They go to job. Most of them are job seekers because they trade their time, okay, and energy for money making. So most of them start there, but due to some reason, okay, sometimes due to the entrepreneurship bug, maybe bites them, or due to that passion, they wanted to serve the world, or they wanted to start a business or something like that, due to various reasons, okay, not just one reason, okay. Everyone out of passion gets into some kind of a business mode. When they start with the passion, they get into predominantly as a one-person company or more like a self-employed individual, where they again trade their time and energy for money making. So whether you are an employee or self-employed, that means you are the only person. Okay? Maybe another way to look at it as a doctor, for example, they go and work in a hospital, they are employed. They start their own clinic and they start their own practice. We can call them as self-employed. Okay, but both of them are investing their time and converting the time into money. If they don't go for the job, or if the doctor does not open the clinic, they don't make money. But this is what most of them are doing. The other 3% of the population, the other side of the population is, they understand that, hey, how much time I have? Same 24 hours only. And how much I can put energy, that's all. So then I can't make a lot of money. So what I've realized is, can I employ more people in my company? And can I trade their time for money? And that's called business. So when you give jobs to others and help them to become successful and ask them to put their time and energy to serve the customers, that's called money. So in the business quadrant, you are not using your time is equal to money. You have borrowed many people's time to serve customers. Thereby you make more money. Okay, that's called business. There is the last quadrant is there. One more advanced level is, in all the other places, you traded time is equal to money, whether it is your time or others' time. But the last quadrant is called the investors quadrant, where for them the money works for money and the money becomes more money. So today in the whole economic world, everyone, whether you like it or not, they need money, and everyone are looking out to become an investor. I will invest in a company and the money will grow and they will give me more returns. Okay. Well, again, everyone wants to live life like that because you have complete economic independence. You have freedom to do whatever you want. But for that, you need to have a lot of money to invest money, no? So that the money can become double and triple. Then for that you need to start some business. But for that you need to start somewhere, no? So most of them start by passion, and then slowly they move into looking out how can I make more profits. And then very few people in the world, they start looking at how can I impact the whole world with a larger cause or a larger purpose. So business can be done on any of these three ways: directly to the last level, or you start with passion, then you move into profit mode, and then you move into a purpose mode also.
Fantastic, fantastic. So just to quickly summarize, first, we have a job. Second, you own a job. I think know what you meant by self-employed people. Typically, many of the professionals who are chartered accountants, auditors, doctors, typically they own the job over there. Am I right, Murali sir?
Absolutely. The
And
job
then
owns them literally.
his job owns them. Fantastic. Okay. And the third is where you are given employment opportunity to many people, and you have a proper people-driven organization, and there is also proper processes. I am very sure, so that your business can go very successful as a business owner. And fourth is when you invest in ideas, either your own ideas or others' ideas, and you become a part of the business as an investor. And fantastically said, that is where the passion also turns into profit and purpose. So the first, as a self-employed, you are driven by passion. The second, as a business owner, you are driven by profits. And the third, maybe you have a larger purpose in life and you go on to become an investor. And that's where most often, being financial planners, we also say that you have to look at two different streams of income. One is an active income, and the second is a passive income. I think predominantly when you go to the third and fourth quadrant, am I right, Murali sir, when you are a business owner and you can take your vacations happily because there are people who are running your organization driven by proper processes. I think that's when you start enjoying life in a much larger way, and the passive income kicks in, especially when you go to the final quadrant, which is as an investor. Am I right, Murali sir?
Absolutely, you're right. You have summed up perfectly.
Fantastic. Thank you, Murali sir, for your thoughts, and thanks to Mr. Robert Kiyosaki for penning these thoughts in this fantastic, wonderful book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. It was inspirational for me when I read it at the age of 23, and I am very sure many of our viewers have read it. If not, we definitely recommend you to go through this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Murali sir, going on to the next question. Let's say somebody who was bitten by this entrepreneur bug, as you beautifully put it, he is looking at starting his own business now. What are the top things, top probably 4 or 5 things that you would say that he should keep it ready as a checklist? It could be even at the mindset level or physically, emotionally, financially, in whatever manner. What are the top 5 things probably you would say you should keep these things ready, my dear friend, who are starting on your own business?
Number one, if you are just going to start your business, please have enough money to run your life for the next 1 to 2 years, and don't depend on the business that you started. Because that was the biggest mistake I did. Without even having anything as a backup, I started off. Okay. Best is have a backup. Okay. Next 1 year, you are not going to make any money for sure, whatever business you are going to start, because it is going to take a lot of time for you to understand the business that you have started. So it's going to take time. So number one, have enough cash reserve to run your family smoothly, at least the basic necessities. Please have money. Otherwise, what will happen? That pressure will eat away your passion. Number one. Number two is you should be to somewhat clear on what problem you are planning to solve for a customer. So there are 2 ways to start a business. Either out of your passion, you have a skill, you have a talent, and you want to share with others. Okay, that's a slow and steady route. Another way is you figure out what problem the world is going through and see whether you can come up with a better solution, an economical solution, and then you offer it to the specific target audience. One common mistake many people do is they want to serve everyone. So second thing is you need to have a clarity on who is your target audience. Do that research, do that little bit of background research, and be very focused on that particular target audience. Number 3 is whatever the product you have, okay, don't try to get into perfection mode. Start selling. Go ahead, start meeting customers, understand them, handle the objections, start selling the product. Okay? It may not be the best version. Okay, probably it's version 1.0. The product or service is absolutely fine. Go ahead and sell it and listen to every customer feedback, because that is very, 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 very important right now in the beginning stages. And listen to the market which you are serving. They will tell you how to build and evolve your product. So some people, they just fix their mind and they think that that's the only way. No, the market will tell you, your customers will tell you which way you need to. So a little bit of that flexibility in your mind is required for you to listen more. Don't get bothered about complaints, because that's the important thing that we need to pay attention. Okay, keep your mouth shut, open the ears, and focus on that particular area. The next one is, build a team. Build a very good infrastructure, a team. Because see, I have organized many, many events and sessions in my life. What I have realized from that experience is, if I book a hall to have 100 people to sit, somehow the 100 people will come into the room. But somehow if I have a doubt in my mind, can I can I really do it? So no, let me not book a 100-seater hall. Let me book a 30-seater hall. Only 30 will come. So the hall that you are booking, the hall size determines how many people are going to sit in the room. Similarly, your team size, you should not think that I should do everything on my own, because not everyone are good in everything. You may be extremely good in one skill or one talent, but business requires a talent pool itself. So in your mind, you create a hierarchy, a structure, an organization structure, how this company will look 3 years, 5 years from now. Put all the departments, put all the headings, and you work everywhere. Right now, you are the one-person company, you are working everything. Okay. Your goal is, can I quickly replace myself and hire good talents? Okay, who can complement me? So building a team is really, really important. And last but not the least is, how do you manage your cash flow? How do you manage your money, which is really, really important in business? Because if you do not focus on your sales and marketing, your team, and your cash flow management, it's very difficult to grow your business. So for anyone who is starting any business, though you may start just like that, but have a cash reserve first and start focusing on, on your passion area, on your clarity, on your target audience. Number 2. Number 3, focus on your sales and marketing, start selling, and then you build, then you evolve, focus on building your team, and then focus on your cash flow management. I think I will suggest these 5 ideas right now.
Fantastic, Murali sir. Whatever you are saying, many of it is something that probably even when we help people doing their personal financial management, are things that we come across that people have not done, and then they get stuck somewhere in their business journey. Absolutely. In fact, even if people are not in business, when we are talking about being prepared for a contingency situation, we do talk about cash reserves. So well put, it is very, very important. And when you are talking about it, I just went back to 2008. When I spoke to 2 very close mentors of mine before I start my entrepreneur journey, Mr. Tangamuthu, who is a chartered accountant, as well as Mr. Muthu Krishnan, who is my tutor for the CFP course. This was exactly the advice they told me. They said, see, you are getting into a course which is financial planning, and at the end of the course, if you are a CFP, you will talk this language. So now if you are starting as a consultant or as a distributor of financial products, this is something that you should always keep it ready. And I took their words so seriously, and it did take a little bit of time for me to get prepared with a couple of things, even what you have suggested. Fantastic. I also love the point when you said that typically business owners are problem solvers. And only when you are a problem solver, today's business will run much more faster. A simple example today, I always believe that more and more you make people comfortable and lazy, your business will grow. Earlier, we never had this problem. No? People used to make this, whatever the idli batter and all at home. And from nowhere, this idea came. Today, so much quantity of idli batter is being sold, making people lazy. Most of them don't even go to restaurants. At a click of the button, Swiggy, Zomato is there. And a lot of restaurants, they do not have a physical location where they can have customers walk in and eat, sir. They are making
cloud kitchen.
Cloud kitchen concept. Fantastic. So absolutely right. You identify the problem and help people get rid of their pain points, and you can be very successful. So beautifully said. Murali sir, I'm sure you would have also seen in your coaching journey and interaction with a lot of leaders, couple of them also would have failed in businesses. And
Not couple, almost everyone fails.
exactly. So
Very rarely in one single shot, people succeed in the first attempt. Okay. It's a very rare phenomenon.
absolutely. So if you probably in hindsight look back and do a little bit of research, since you wanted to be a research analyst, so let me borrow your skills on that. So if you have done a little bit of research and found, okay, probably these are the 3 top things that led to the failure of people, so that people can ensure that they can avoid it. I am sure that I am sounding very optimistic. Okay, it is always good to say that listen to others' problems and why they failed, so that you don't need to make the same mistake and you can learn from others' mistakes. Right? Everything is so good on paper, but then at least let me listen from you. What are the top 3 things that you feel are responsible for people failing in business?
From my experience, I'll tell you. Okay. Don't trust people, trust the process. Okay. Most of them start their business with their close friends, and it involves emotion, and they just get carried away in the emotion. Instead of that, put everything in writing in paper, in a Word document, whichever way, and look it in a very objective way instead of in a more attached way. Okay? So, number one thing that we can do is handle this particular thing in a very proper, systematic way, that even if you're working with your friends, even whatever it is, don't depend on your memory or a friendship. Okay. Everything on the process, everything on paper, put everything in writing, every step of it. Then it becomes very clear in your mind where you are going. Number 2 is again cash flow management. It's very critical for you to plan your entire cash reserve, because if there is no money in your pocket, in your hand as a capital or for operational expense, you will struggle a lot. There are some business you don't need a heavy capital, but they also end up in struggling because of the third reason why they have not focused on sales and marketing. They're always focused on serving the customer and they ignored the sales and marketing part, because if you don't sell, there is no customer. There is no customer means there is no cash. There is no money in the account. So it's a vicious cycle. Okay, so I think these are the 3 things, if you ask me, we should avoid. And these are the things I have lessons learned from my failures also.
Super, well said, Murali sir. I definitely agree to the third point when you said sales is very important and most of the businesses fail because sales is not sufficient. And when I see many business owners who have a team, they feel so proud to say that I have a huge team of people, but everybody would be in serving the customer. Sales and service. So first, if you have not sold, okay, how will you do the servicing? And when I ask them, okay, who are your people who are out in the market to do sales and marketing for you? He says, I am a one-man army. So many a times that he is the only one as a business owner out in the market doing sales, but he will have a team of people doing servicing. So super well said, Murali sir. And my dear friends, the entire concept, whatever you have listened from Murali sir about the top 5 things that is required to be a successful entrepreneur and 3 things that you should avoid doing, during the course of this entire series in Leadership Launch, we will be touching upon each and every aspect one by one. And I'm very sure you will find it very important and interesting, and there will be a lot of takeaways for you. So please do share in the comment section what was your biggest takeaway listening to Mr. Murali Sundaram today, and do click the like button if you like the thoughts of Mr. Murali and many other greats like him who have shared on how can you be a successful entrepreneur, and do share this video to all your friends who are starting their new businesses or who are already in business. And to follow us regularly in the Leadership Launch series, do subscribe to our channel. And going ahead in the next episode, we'll be talking about one of the most important aspects. Mr. Murali talked about having a vision in place and a process in place. And if the vision can drive us, as you were saying, Murali sir, purpose. Okay, if the purpose is so strong and if you have a very clear vision, you so beautifully talked about our organization chart. We'll go a little bit deep, my dear friends, in our next episode on those aspects. Till we catch up on our next episode. Thank you. Take care. And Murali sir, fantastic having you with us on the launch month, the January month. and I am very sure you will continue to impact many more lives, and your goal of touching 1 billion lives will definitely be a reality very soon. Thanks for your time, Murali sir.
Thank you, Subhash.